Jamie with JamiesArtsaLaCartes. Thank you for joining me today. I wanted to bring to you some Thanksgiving wreaths that I'm making and hope that you will get inspiration or ideas or something to decorate your home for the holidays. So we're still working with the Deco mesh. We're using a square frame on this one. I've got the orange Deco mesh. I'm going with all silver around it. I've got some green in here that I've used the poof method, which I'm going to show you down here how to do it, and then I've come back in and mixed in the curl method. So we've got two methods on this one along with the decorations. So we have this started, and I just wanted to show you the fun stuff. So I've got a couple bales, mini bales of hay, a sign where I've jazzed up the leaf and the stem. I've added a chenille to the back so that I'll have a little bit of stability. I took some pumpkins that I had, I painted them, and then this orange netting with the glitter on it, I just covered the pumpkin and then stuffed a wire up in there, painted my little stem, and at the bottom of the stem you wind the wire around it. So I've got 3 pumpkins that we'll use. I've got the orange for the bottom. Takes about 4 full rolls for a wreath. I've got some more of the green accents, some of the ribbon, and it's wired. I've got some lights I'm going to add to it, and then this will add to make the poofs with the ribbon. So let's get to it. Let's start putting this one together, finishing it up. So with the poof method, you don't have to cut anything, which I really like. I did go ahead and add my chenille stems all the way around. So basically I'm just spacing them out, and I do stagger, except on the very end on the square one. I do put 2 at the very end, but then stagger it so that they naturally fill out. But basically with these, I just let it fall to the floor so that it stays out of the way. On the very end, I'm going to gather it. A little bit of a twist. Then I'm going to come find this chenille over here. I'm going to give it a little tail over there, and then I'm going to twist. I'm not going to bend them down because that's where I come back in and put the others. It sort of helps give those height and gives them a little bit of color, or helps the color to come out, I should say. Alright, so then I don't measure with the ruler, but what I do is I say, oh, that's about a hand's length. Come into the next chenille, give it a good couple twist, secure it tightly. I'm going to cut this string we got going. Okay, then when you have that row done, just come back and fluff, which means I take that width and I pull it out, and spread it out and get the most coverage possible. Okay, then when you have them, then you come back and you add your little specialties. Let's go ahead and add the green first, that way I can spread it out well. So what I did is I took the whole roll, cut it up, and I cut it into maybe 8 to 10 inch lengths. And something I found, just a cardboard for my little Halloween spiders, just roll around this. So this, for the netting, was more like 7-8 inches, but you can wind it around and then just make a snip, and that was a time saver that I found. Just take it, I roll these pretty tight. They will spread out, but it's just one thing to help them to have that curl look that I'm going for. And I do bend down the chenilles on this one, because this will be the last thing I put on that section. So basically I'm just going to spread them out. Pinch it together. Come find a spot I want to put one in. Pinch it down. And there are those. Alright, let me get these on here and then we'll go to the next step. Alright, there's that step. So we've got them on there. I made this full on purpose. That'll be the top. And then down at the bottom, which this will become the bottom, will be where we put our pumpkins and things. The next thing I want to do is the next large element. I want to go ahead and place a sign so that I can figure out my pumpkins and sunflowers. And if I'm going to use a bales of hay, I may not. I have a little red truck sign that I may make something with, so those would actually be cute with that. So we'll see. I always sort of just pick stuff up and then see what works. right, so here's our next Thanksgiving wreath. Here's the sign for this one. Here's where I've started the form. Again, I'm using a square form on this wreath, and I've saved a section to show you. And again, we're going to be doing the poof method, but I've also got some curls going on the inside with this brown. And then we have some netting and some ribbon and some lights. And then we'll have some florals. And then I had these little flowers that I wanted to use, but I didn't have the stems anymore. So I literally put a wire up through there and used just a piece of chenille just to create a little stopper. And I'll be able to wire that on. Okay, so to start with the poof method, again, I just literally drop it down to the floor, gather up this first end. You can trim it or not trim it, whatever, however you'd like to handle that. I'm not going to trim it till the end. Put it in there, give it a couple twists. And this one looks like I went just 4 fingers high. Alright, so there that is. So it's time to attach the sign. I did put the extra support on the back. so finally we're to our last wreath for this series. So with this one, I decided to go with a round frame, and I'm using Deco mesh along with tulle and satin ribbon. I think it's kind of a pretty combination there. And I found this pretty sign, and I wired up some apples. I found these bundles of pretty little red flowers and made my own little bundles. We will add red lights to this wreath. So let's get started. So this is not the loop method, this is the curl method, and then gather with the tulle. So once again, I've put our pipe cleaners on our frame, and it's just a matter of attaching them. So I roll it up and put it in the pipe cleaner. tie down there, a pipe cleaner, to attach it to the frame on the bottom. And I'll add batteries in it for the final show and tell, final reveal. But there is the apple one. I think it came out pretty. Alright, there are several wreaths. My takeaways for these wreaths would be you can mix and match all kinds of different products together and get some really cool variations. For instance, this is the tulle and the Deco mesh. Actually, I really kind of like this look. Kind of fluffy. Would be very durable outside. Apples, if you have it in a porch area, would probably be okay. I added little special embellishments to the stems on most of mine, and then changed the direction and put a different little coat on that. I made different sprigs of flowers for the wreaths. Use the same color pipe cleaners just for uniformity, and I use those to attach the lights and the flowers as well as the background. Now, I don't necessarily like this ribbon as much as the wired ribbon, but it was a bright, pretty red, so I made it work. When you see the last picture on this, you'll see that I've got it setting in there kind of something like that, and I'll fluff these. But there are projects for this time. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you get inspiration for your own home, and that you are able to take something that I shared and beautify your own home. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, so YouTube knows that you're interested in this kind of content. And well, until next time, happy crafting.